So Leek, you've been working with some major companies, like I said, New Balance, Shoe City. I'm sorry, what's Shoe City?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, Shoe City, and these are like big players in the clothing game, in the shoe game, and just being a young black man, an inner city youth from Washington D.C., and experiencing so much at such a young age, do you feel like it was anything that you had to overcome that you felt like maybe others didn't have to overcome? Or maybe it's been some situations that you felt was, now I would say unjust, discriminatory. Have you ever experienced anything of that nature while building Eat the brand?
As far as being discriminated against, I wouldn't say that because I feel like the growing pains and entrepreneurship come with the game, like for everybody, somewhere along the road, because all of it is part of the learning process at the end of the day. So I try not to take anything personal, especially with business. You know what I'm saying? People tell me no, then that means I just, it's time to pivot, do something else. So I never took anything to heart as far as that. But I do feel like if anything, I have got plenty of support from the city as far as, the government, officials and things like that. But I feel like it could be more in that aspect. Like I feel like the city, as far as the resources they have, they could, maybe, like act like they see people like me more
And
because we're
I'm
trying to
gonna
help.
cut you off. And I hate to cut you off, but you hit on something that I want you to go even more in depth to. Do you feel Washington, D.C. has been backing you? And I mean in two different ways. Do you feel the people of
Uh-huh.
Washington, D.C. show love to you and the Eat brand?
Yeah.
And do you think the government, the community, the bigger, some of the higher players in Washington D.C. I would say is the mayor or
Uh-huh.
the government, the council members,
Right.
the school district.
Uh-huh.
Do you think they've shown you love on that end?
Uh-huh.
Let's try, first. Let's see about the regular civilian,
Yeah.
D.C. Washingtonians. Have you felt the love from them?
Yeah, like the people, I got the people always. The people always got my back. That's why Eat is still a brand. That's why we still going strong. As far as the government, it's just kind of like, I don't know. I really can't explain it, but I'm only speaking from my perspective. Now, don't get me wrong. It's people in the government. It's people in DCPS. It's people in those offices that know me, that's fighting for me, that's going hard. But as the whole system together, I feel like it could be more communication there, a little bit more collaborative work there, because I believe we had the same missions, but sometimes it leads me to believe that, a lot of these issues or problems that's going on, they don't really want to fix or they really don't want to help, because it's like, I don't know. Like I said, just from my perspective, if they was to fix a lot of these problems, then a lot of these other people out here, a lot of these other community leaders or influencers and everything, they wouldn't be able to get these grants and these checks to keep, sending their kids to school or do whatever they do with their money. You know what I'm saying? So that's like how I started to look at it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's easy to get boxed out in this city, and but I never really tripped off of it. You know what I'm saying? But since you asked me the question, I'm gonna be honest with you. At the end of the day, I always, felt like I had to carry my own weight and do my own work, and I'm just gonna do as much as I can with what I got. You know what I'm saying? But that's a good question that a lot of people ask me, like why the city not backing you more, like why they not helping you, or and I can't really answer that question. You gotta really ask those people. I'm not in those rooms. You know what I'm saying? I feel like when it's time to invite people to those rooms, my name, slipped through the wayside or something.
Man, I very much appreciate the genuineness and the honesty, bro. A consumer again, because I am a consumer of Eat.
Yeah.
So I'm really coming as a fan and as a consumer. I've watched, it seemed like you was dropping something or doing something or upgrading your line or having a new creative vision every year. But over the last couple of years, it felt like Eat went silent. It felt like I wasn't seeing you dropping something every couple of months like you usually do.
Right.
And of recent, I've seen some of your new designs. You've been more social media conscious. I've seen you doing more prints and layouts on shirts, and just seeing you put like your vision on different type of platform, different type of ways,
Yeah.
showing your vision in different type of ways of eat. In the last couple of years, what have you been up to? I heard that you was out LA. Is there
Yeah.
any truth to that? And if you
Right.
were, what was going on out LA?
So I did move out of LA 2020. I lived out of LA for like 2 years. And during that time, I really just wanted to focus on myself. Like I took that as an opportunity to be really selfish, you know what I'm saying? And I was, you know, and I learned a lot about myself during that time.
What do you
And
mean by being really selfish? What do you mean by that?
just being away from DC, you just have less responsibilities. Like
Did you feel like it was a lot of stress coming from out of DC and you had to get away? Or was it just that LA was a different venue for you?
No, I got away before I let it stress me out. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I could come back, you know, with my lungs filled with fresh air and just still, you know, stay on that same accord and still, you know, do my job and handle my responsibilities of motivating and inspiring the people, because that's why I started this in the first place. You know what I'm saying? That's my number one job. And that's why I'm able to still do that, because, you know, I put myself first. I put my mental health first. And during that time, yeah, I was dropping way less. I was experimenting a lot with the brand. I was trying to do different things. And I felt like I afforded that, you know what I'm saying? And I just appreciate the people that stuck with me through that time. And since then, I've been creating more. I've been learning more about my craft, like learning more from A to B, to creating the product, to shipping the product, to even marking up the product. You know what I'm saying? I've been teaching myself graphic design, and that's what you've been seeing me drop as far as like the markups and things like that. And I just got so many. It's like an imbalance. I'm just trying to find that balance, because at first I had, you know, just like I'm dropping a little bit designs and I got a whole lot of, you know what I'm saying? I got a whole lot of capital to produce it. And now it's like I got all these designs, but a certain amount of capital. So I'm just rolling out things, you know, as I can, when I can, and building everything back up as far as to my standard, you know what I'm saying? Outside looking in, I understand where people coming from, and I appreciate the honesty. And I love that people can see me for where I am right now, because it's like if you know me, then you know where I came from. Then it's like have no fear. But if you don't know me and anybody just now getting to know me or meet me at this level, then it's like, you know, just watch what I do. Like I always bet on me. But any doubters out there, and I'm just gonna show you how to do it again. I'm gonna keep doing it and doing it again. Like I was on top once, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be on top again.
So
And
you would
I have
say
no doubts in that.
you would say that the best is yet to come?
The best being at the count, I'm barely scratching the surface. Like I said, when I first started, I didn't even know what I was doing. I didn't know anything about running the business, clothing, any of that. I was just trying to keep up with the demand, you know what I'm saying? And now I really been practicing my craft and really studying it and, you know, paying my respects to it and paying my dues. So now it's just like, my process is just like everybody else's, you know what I'm saying? I started out selling out, you know what I'm saying? Most people take years to start selling out. And I'm still selling out, you know what I'm saying? I'm probably not doing as many numbers as I was. I'm probably not selling out as many numbers as I was, but everything's selling well. I'm still able to support my lifestyle off of, you know, my brand. But in the same token, it's just like I have way more knowledge now. So it's just like I'm way more equipped for the battle, and I'm just building up, you know, my pieces.